And then sometimes what will happen is if the client is in this position, they'll almost feel like they want to release to the other direction. And we're just going to there, and then if this happens, you can move, you really have to move with the client. So you're going to, this can be very exhausting like I talked about earlier, and just kind of help them. But always be present with the client so that they feel safe. And also so they don't hurt themselves. And then sometimes what will happen is they'll want to just arch their back like it's happening with Dawn in the other direction. Just stay with the client, allow them to unwind. Good. Are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
And then sometimes they'll want to stretch forward. And really, it's a wonderful, lots of people who aren't even this flexible will become this flexible during a treatment. Okay, good. I'm going to have you lay back down. If the client ever gets tired, just place them back in that position where they're laying comfortably. And just kind of hold on to their head again. And she's still unwinding, so you want to stay with the client and allow them to unwind as long as they need. I do find sometimes too, just like I did earlier, have you hold on to my wrist, doing this stretch again will stimulate some release for them further down the spine. Okay. And now if you see what's happening with her legs, her pelvis area is wanting to stretch a little bit, so I'm going to place a hand on each hip, or one on this hip, and then I'll just kind of push with my other hand on the leg. They can get a nice kind of stretch through the pelvis area. Remember, you're not pushing, you're just kind of stimulating a stretch. Okay, good. Right, back to center. We'll bring both of her arms up again, grab my wrist. Just gonna do a nice little, there we go, nice little pull. A client may be taller after this treatment because it's really stretching out the vertebrae and opening up so that cerebral spinal fluid can flow through the client. Another one that works pretty well too is actually placing kind of a hand underneath, just one hand at the occiput, and is it okay if I place my hand right here? Mm-hmm. And placing your hand on their upper chest at the sternum, and then just kind of push down towards their feet, but hold on to their head. So you're pushing down with this hand and kind of pulling towards you with the other. This can help to really release tension in the sternum. And if any of you are energy workers, you're also placing your hand over their heart chakra, which is our emotional center. So sometimes by doing this you will get those emotional releases. And we can see that her head keeps stretching to the side, so that's an indication that her neck is really tight. So we want to keep moving with that. This arm is starting to move, so we're going to bring that up. Always want to try to hold on to their head and help them guide that head. Good. All right, we're going to do one last pull here.
Oh, I feel like I have to. Sorry.
That's all right. She's releasing a little bit more here. And this is what will happen, so you really just need to follow the client. A little better?
Okay, yeah, thank you.
And since she did that, actually, what I'm going to do is have you lay this arm down. I'm going to bring this arm, hold on to this hip, and I'm going to do a nice little twist here. Good. Now we can see that she's laying pretty straight again, and that's good. We'll do a nice little pull at the occipital ridge, just kind of stretch her neck out. And it's always good to end after they've done their myofascial unwinding and they feel pretty much like they've balanced out, it's good just kind of end with that first vault hold again. And your client will do what they need to do, like Dawn just did. She stretched herself out there a little bit. And we just kind of have the client focus on breathing and just have them relax and kind of bring them back to center and back to being grounded again so that they feel kind of connected to their body, because sometimes with this work you can feel very disconnected as a client because you're moving around so much. So we need to bring them back to center before we have them sit up. How you doing? Okay. You will help your client to sit up, and the client is probably going to feel very relaxed and possibly lightheaded, and you will want to stay with them until they feel like themselves again, just more relaxed.